Grok has been banned, and because of that, we've been seeing Team Indonesia grab it. Yup, they go for the Esme ban instead, which means that they're giving Indonesia the choice, basically. You can get Grok or Gatot, we'll just grab whatever else is left. But I don't think that Indonesia is gonna go for that as a result. I think they might actually start off with the Kimi or Lapu Lapu instead.
Oh, if they want to even Hayabusa, go ahead. You're quite open as well. But even though kind of actually very earlier on, but I do see like Indonesia had been doing this. They actually prioritized on the Hayabusa earlier on. So it can happen, you know.
I think it's a bit dangerous to do so on first pick in dangerous grass when Hilda is still open.
Oh yeah.
That's the only thing that's holding me back. I think it's safer to go Lapu Kimi, let Cambodia choose which roamer they want, and you grab the other. But it looks like Indonesia actually likes Grok enough that they'll just take it anyway.
I mean, they did win against Egypt twice with the Grok draft in their lineup, so definitely that's one of the priorities that is done by Team Indonesia. Now, Team Cambodia, again, they keep on picking up that Lapu Lapu with Kimi. Are they going to actually keep that up? Because so far right now, it's not the problem of them not able to actually execute properly. It's just pretty much they didn't have much chance, that's all.
Yeah, Lapu Kimi is a very safe opening. It also leaves you very vulnerable. You should probably... Actually, no, you don't have to go Gatot here yet because there's no risk of it being stolen. You can actually pick it as third and prioritize different heroes that are higher in the list. So they go Lapu, Yi Sun Shin.
Lapu Lapu, Yi Sun Shin. I mean, yeah, Yi Sun Shin pretty much we saw how it was when it goes into the hands of Indonesia. Great momentum, can open up the map with a Mountain Shocker. Those are the things that is very good for the side of Team Cambodia. But is it really too fast to be picking up that Yi Sun Shin actually?
Yi Sun Shin is just generally quite safe. I think it is fine because it leaves your draft quite flexible. So this does mean Indonesia will probably grab Hayabusa. Previously they went Haya Esme in this position, but Esme is already banned. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else very solid that they can pick safely. Lunox potentially? No. Ooh. Something different. Kimi with the Uranus.
I think we've seen so far that a lot of times that Uranus sometimes does popped off in our women category, and I don't think I've seen from Indonesia though that they actually picked up Uranus even from the group stage as well. But it is actually one of the formidable option here for any kind of drafting wise, and knowing for a fact that if Indonesia, they can actually counter off with a lot of the sustainability, I don't think there's much of any problem for them. So great move coming from them. But Team Cambodia, are they going to actually pick up their assassin jungler right now? It seems that they're going to actually pick up Gatot Kaca. So this is going to be an opening for the team of Cambodia as well as Indonesia to tone down a little bit of their jungler as well. They can actually just shut down Hayabusa, or they can actually just focus on the mid laner as well for Team Indonesia.
I think they should ban junglers. Get rid of Hayabusa, maybe get rid of Joy as well, depending on what you're most afraid of. But I want to highlight a little bit about the genius of picking Uranus in this position. Normally, Uranus is a hero that you don't want to pick before you've seen your opposing EXP lane. Now, Indonesia already does know the Lapu Lapu, but there's always the risk of double fighter side lane, right? The reason why it's actually good to go Uranus here is that Esme is already banned. That's one of the heroes that gives trouble to Uranus. And because they know that Cambodia has to lock in Gatot Kaca as their third, they can start banning other heroes that counter the Uranus. Things like the Lunox, things like the Alice or the Glue in lane. And that creates a much safer environment for it.
Yeah, another hero to be banned out by Team Cambodia. Are they going to actually also shut down one more jungler in the hands for them to actually tone down? Again, Hayabusa is still open, or they're going to actually prioritize another one. I think Hayabusa is actually a perfect choice, especially the fact that we've seen Vival has been performing well 2 rounds in a row and giving an opportunity for them to just trample Cambodia.
Hayabusa.
Yeah, and Hayabusa for sure. Wonder what else they would be concerned now. Cambodia with the Yi Sun Shin can play double fighter, so Ruby is still a possibility. If Indonesia is no longer concerned about anything else countering the Uranus, then getting rid of the Ruby here probably makes the most sense overall.
Let's see if that's going to be the case though. Somehow, I don't know if Team Indonesia gonna actually do it. because it feels like they want to actually tone down a little bit more of the mid lane as well though. So let's see what else that is going to be shut down. It's going to be Harith instead.
Interesting. Okay. Getting rid of the Harith. So Indonesia either wants to force Cambodia into Granger or they themselves want Granger. I think it's more of the latter because Cambodia does still have a good setup for double fighter, and I feel like that gives them a little bit more enabling in terms of skirmishes. But they also are lacking a mid laner that will work well with that. The Farsa gonna show up for the first time, and actually not a bad game for it. Grok can cancel Farsa, but is generally going to be okay against everything else. Though now Indonesia can pick up heroes that threaten it.
I mean, yeah, definitely not a bad idea to pick up Farsa though. But again, when it comes to the invasion-wise, Indonesia has so much freedom right now. Even with Grok, be able to actually cancel it out. Here's the thing, we got a Uranus who just flying around with the disc around his body, so that's going to be a case of very wary now for Team Cambodia. But no, not only that the Granger has already been picked up, Fredrin will be stolen in the hands of Team Indonesia.
This is a direct challenge. This is basically the same style of draft that Cambodia was playing in game number 2. And Indonesia is the one saying now, we're gonna show you how to play this better.
Yeah.
Cambodia gonna need to respond to this correctly. Farsa is actually pretty solid for dealing with these squishier backline marksmen. Gatot gives catch. They are looking for a gold laner. I still do think that Ruby is genuinely quite solid. They don't need to go into a marksman here because they already have Isan-Shin Farsa.
Let's see if that's going to be the case though, but no, they picked up the Claude instead. I mean, now they pretty much prioritize on damage-wise. This is what they want to actually see. They maybe probably see how all the draft that they have been done, they are prioritizing more on the sustainability. They have the front line for themselves, but here's the thing. It's not much of the defend-wise is seen in Cambodia's side. Do you agree on that?
A little bit. They do have frontline, but my main calm with this is that if they had gone Ruby, they would have peaked at a different timing compared to Indonesia earlier, actually, which would allow them to play a much faster game. But by playing for Claude, it means that they're actually aiming for the same scaling timing as Indonesia, which is late game. And that makes it a 50-50 rather than having a clear advantage at a certain point in the game instead. It is safer because you can almost always guarantee scaling, and Claude is very hard to catch since Indonesia is lacking crowd control. But it all depends on how well Baobei will farm.
Let's see. So far right now, they are prioritizing on the sprint. Again, everyone, make it up here for the grand final MLBB women category. Give it up for Team Indonesia versus Cambodia.
We're now officially jumping into game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, and Indonesia is currently leading by 2 points. A single victory in this game is all it will take for our defending champions to once again claim the throne and the crown. Can Cambodia be the rock in their path?
The rock that is so big that they cannot move at all. This is a mountain that they need to climb through to get to the other side. But somehow, Team Indonesia, the more they try to climb, the more higher the mountain they are putting out against Team Cambodia. And looking on the draft-wise, I feel like starting up earlier on is definitely not going to be easy for Team Cambodia compared to all the 2 drafts that they've done. When they actually had that 2 draft, they know for a fact they can be confident early games as well as the mid game. But Team Indonesia right now, with a really solid draft-wise, I don't think Cambodia can be pushing out too aggressive.
Yeah, definitely not. Cambodia's timing is going to be around, once again, the first to second turtle duration, because that is where Farsa is going to unlock the feathered airstrike and start doing some good damage from behind. If they can set up good catches with Ue, then that Elan is going to be a very important player for Cambodia. It's basically their best bridge from the early into the late game. So they want to aim to snowball Farsa here if possible.
Let's see if that's going to happen. Turtle has already been spawned. This is only the first one. Seems that Vival is already taking her hands, trying to actually drag out a little bit of the lifetime of the turtle. Moshi goes in for the backline, just going one-on-one with Fumieko. But It's gonna be a win for Vival to get that turtle. Great win, especially with the Earth Rampant, just denies any movement coming up from Team Cambodia. Again, when it comes to pressure, Indonesia will deny it.
Well, as expected, Indonesia are the ones with the Fredrin this time around, so that means they can much more easily contest the first couple turtles. So it's perfectly fine for Cambodia to choose not to fight, though I do feel like they could have considered it at least. Vivian is going to be able to hit level 4 before Ue, it looks like, so Indonesia has provided some minions over to her, which means they want to try and maximize this timing where their opposing roam doesn't have their ultimate yet to maybe find a catch.
Let's see, Earth Rampage, mighty swing, but they will be able to move away. A lot of the tease and the poke comes in from the team of Indonesia, and Cambodia just trying to create some safe space so that they do not get caught off guard by the team of Indonesia.
They play it safe. Cambodia can just generally avoid interacting with their opponents until the mid-game. But that also allows Indonesia to get a lot of space on the map to farm. We can see just based on the way they're rotating, Cambodia is not really maximizing their farm efficiency. Moshi in particular is being pulled over to this side of the map very often. And that is giving away farm to Fumi Echo and now even Cine.
Even Cine right now just doing a lot of invasive attacks, giving a lot of pressure for Team Cambodia. This is back again to all of the games that we've seen for today. Team Cambodia, again, taking it a slower path, but yet it's not going to be easy if they don't actually try to test things out. Again, it gives so much space for Team Indonesia to just mess around.
And this is why I was concerned about the Claude pickup. On paper, it's good that Cambodia is playing it slow because they want their gold laner to farm. But Indonesia has 2 marksmen that is perfectly happy to farm.
Coming on, already stealing up the buff as well, and Cambodia was just overlooking, doesn't want to even overextend themselves, and now come through with a tectonic charge as well. Gets 3, but somehow they managed to move away. Elan, just one more shot to go. Federer is already open. Elan will be taken out immediately. Moshi goes to be for the trade with Vival as well. So 1-1 right now for the team of Indonesia versus Cambodia.
Now, I don't think it's very worth for Vival to trade for Elan there, because the jungler is going to have a higher value than the mid laner, especially with the turtle coming up. But I think Indonesia is also aware that Cambodia needs this Farsa to actually do something in order for them to have relevance at this stage of the game. So if you can just take it out of the equation entirely, then that's not actually too bad. And you're giving so much farm in the side lanes to your 2 marksmen.
Not only that, great zoning comes in. All the gold plate has been sucked up by the team of Indonesia. Soaking all of the resources is what giving Indonesia a very good leeway. Federa side has been already open, giving a lot of pressure, but at the same time, Vival takes down the turtle. Now they're gonna go in for the counter attack. Treasure Pulse comes through, able to take down Tikami Bounty Shelter as well, but somehow Team Cambodia somehow had to move away. Hooray! Will be taught off. Dragged by Cine, getting 2 players down in the hands of Indonesia.
This is already a disaster for Team Cambodia. I'm gonna say it right now. 3.5k goal lead in 5 minutes. Moshi explodes in the mid lane. Tier 1 mid gone in 5 minutes. Indonesia is playing double marksman. They should be scaling, but they're winning right now.
No, Elon, Feather strikes. Straight away cancel out, try to actually make sure clearing the way, but this is risky coming from Team Cambodia. Again, so much domination from the top lane to the mid lane, and now it's giving a lot of potential for Team Indonesia.
There has already been a mistake in approach here from Team Cambodia, choosing to take the game slowly when they're actually the ones that need to be upping the tempo. This is one of the biggest gold leads we've seen this early in the series thus far. Jungle camps being stolen away because Vival is still relevant.
Goes in for the tectonic charge. Over instruction pulse always pull through to the side of Team Cambodia. They will not be able to survive it out though. All the best CSS comes in. No, away goes to the front line. Will be shut down by Shell as well. Mountain Sharker comes through, but still, it is already 1P in the hands of Indonesia.
The win condition of this lineup from Cambodia is heavily dependent on Tegami and Elan having a notable pressure on the map and remaining relevant so that Baobei can get her farm. But the total opposite has happened. There is basically no presence from this Yi Sun-shin and Farsa right now. And instead, it is the Kimi along with the Fredrin that is creating space. Indonesia are already on track.
Dash to Bao Bei though. Bao Bei having a problem, but Sini does manage to be taken out by Moshi. That could be a little bit of small wins comes in for the team of Cambodia. Fumieko, too much of the overextension, but they won't actually have the opportunity to actually punish her. So still, the team of Indonesia, they are still good to go.
Small win is still going to be a win though for the side of Team Cambodia. They were able to punish Sini there. Indonesia though, no skin off their back really. Their main win condition is still going to be Shell on this Granger, who is probably scaling like crazy right now. Actually level 10, which is higher level than anyone on the side of Team Cambodia currently. They are being forced to play super closely together because of the fear that has been put in their hearts from the previous two series. But if they're playing it too safe, then they're also taking it too slowly. And Indonesia has shown time and time again that they thrive in these sort of situations.
The fact that Lord straight away spawned it out right here, Team Indonesia is definitely going to actually go for the dance itself. Cambodia somehow having a little bit of slow rotation, looking for a way for them to step things up. Can they actually go for the setup? Transient Pulse comes through, does catch out just a little bit, but they will be able to get away from all the setup that was done by Team Indonesia. And somehow, Team Indonesia doesn't commit to it. They just want to make sure that Cambodia shows themselves first for the location-wise. And even from the backline, we do see Fumieko has already been spotted out. So Cambodia, good discipline, great composure, making sure that Indonesia doesn't go too further on.
I think that is good. Cambodia, they can try to contest this, but you could also argue that they don't actually need to. If they are gonna be able to sacrifice farm on everyone else and just funnel all of it into Bao Bei, there is still actually a chance when once this Claude hits around the 3rd or 4th item mark, which is probably going to happen around 16 minutes. But there is already a nearly 2,000 gold difference just between the marksmen alone.
No, Uwe try to pick things out. Had to move away with the AOG instead. Even Fumieko is roaming around with the Ionic Disc to make sure that Cambodia just backs away. This could be a good lot to be taken by Team Indonesia, but then they don't really overextend as well. They just want to mess around with Cambodia. This is where the fine line out. Team Indonesia, they are so disciplined. They don't actually underestimate their players, their opponent, and they are so well known to have a really good response, getting that Lord for the first time.
Yeah, they were dancing that Lord because they didn't actually know where Tegami was on the map. But after enough time had passed, they could quite safely say that he was probably farming elsewhere. And that is exactly what was happening. Tegami was actually stealing the bottom half of the jungle from Team Indonesia. So I will give props for that. I think that is the right call to be making in this situation. This is the first Lord of the game. Shouldn't be too difficult to handle, though Cambodia will probably have to sacrifice their mid-tier 2 for it.
Let's see, so far right now, it is still just the first Lord. Going in for the zoning right now, Fumieko. It seems that they spotted out Cambodia. Predator has already been opened. Managed to take down Shell first of all. Tegami comes in, but unfortunately will be traded out by Sini. Now moving along, they will be able to do a little bit of enforcement at the moment right now with the Lord also crashing on, giving a lot of pressure. But still, Team Cambodia managed to survive it out. Moshi as the frontliner, giving a lot of support, all the sustainability, making sure that no one goes down without a fight.
That was actually very well done by Cambodia. Tegami waiting for the ambush, actually finding the kill on Shell is very valuable to them right now to stop this Granger from continuing scaling too much. It's unfortunate that Shell doesn't really have a shutdown for Tegami to claim, but it is still pretty good damage being done to keep Cambodia in this. Unfortunately, they have lost all of their external towers and even 2 of their holy defenses, so any subsequent defense is going to become a little bit more difficult. But if they can delay the game another 5 minutes or so, then Bao Bei will actually become kind of a threat, and Indonesia will have to tread lightly.
Will Indonesia allow that? 32k damage is already in the hands of Shell. If Shell wasn't been dropped so quickly from the side of Team Cambodia, maybe they could have been turned things around for them. But then again, here's the thing, Indonesia, they're not going to allow that mistake comes through. They will definitely learn from it. They will cover things ground and they will be able to actually guard their MM properly this time. So far right now, with 50 seconds, the Lord is going to come off. Oh, Fumieko, overextension, but I don't think that's going to be a case though. They will be able to survive it out. So again, this is just a little bit of opening of the map location.
This is a bit of a unique situation. Oh, Shell steals the orange buff as well. A little bit of insult to injury But it is a unique situation where Team Indonesia has already defeated this composition that they were using once before. That means that they have a good idea of the inner workings of its weaknesses. But Cambodia also knows that because they were subject to it themselves.
And looking on the side, Utter Weapon already been put up, but they're not going to actually follow up that. This is pretty much just to scatter things around for Team Cambodia. 7 more seconds to go. It's going to be the Lord for the second one, but Mountain Shocker comes in before takes on Tegami as well. Come through right now as they had to actually pull away, but their side has already been opened, but Moshi unfortunately will be shut down by Sini. Fumieko doing a lot of damage right in front of the line, pushing on to Team Cambodia. This is going to be the inhibitor turret that they want to actually pull on. Doesn't even need the Lord so far, but at least Cambodia has already been back off. Then they actually be able to get that Lord if they want to push through.
That was a big blunder from Tegami. She could have actually gone home. She could have ignored them entirely because I don't think Indonesia were actually trying to jump her. But she saw the Granger and thought, I have to go for this right now or I might be in trouble. That was not really the case. It was desperation and was not able to land the Mountain Shocker. So Indonesia got a free kill on the Yi Sun Shin. That gives them another free Lord. And this is now a very dangerous one. It's a very similar situation to game number 2, where this is a Lord that can be used to make the base of Cambodia empty. But compared to before, Indonesia is not beholden to ending the game with it. Even if they're not able to take the victory with this objective, they have more than enough scaling to keep the game going.
Let's see if Cambodia can set things up for defense though. So far right now, they have done a really good reaction, great response-wise, but somehow it's not going to be enough though if they actually give that opportunity for Team Indonesia to go to the back line. And this is what we've seen so far. So much damage that was burst out by Vival as well as Shell. It gives so much of the opportunity for them to shut down Cambodia. Now pushing on for the bottom lane as well, just making sure all the minion waves just come through. But here on out, they're going in for a fight. Seems that Tegami in a little bit of danger. Managed to scare away by Fumieko. Managed to actually shut it down with Vivian. Shuts it down Tegami. Bedarsa has already opened. Tried to scare away, but it's not going to be enough damage though. Elan had to pull away. Mushi surviving it out. All the bravest fight, but unfortunately always going to be the end for her as Fumieko takes it down. Baomi also managed to shut down by the double kill coming in for Shell side. Crystal is on the loose right now. Can he make it through? Unfortunately, it's not. Triple kill will be in the hands of Team Indonesia as the champion reigning here at the WEC 2025.
The crown and the trophy are reclaimed once more. Ladies and gentlemen, your WEC 2025 Women's MLBB category champions, Team Indonesia!
Such solid game, such solid ground they hold to a point that's why they are the final boss for the woman category. No one, not even one game has been dropped here in the World Esports Championship 2025. Such clean record. Despite, however, Cambodia, they want to actually make the history. It doesn't really had to be happening here for 2025. But again, congratulations to the team of Indonesia. Let's go straight to the stage to hear what they have to say after this win.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your WEC Women's MLBB back-to-back champions, Team Indonesia! Ladies, the stage is yours. You may now approach your throne of the WEC Women's MLBB World Esports Championship Trophy in a count of 3, 2, 1. They are your 2025 World Esports Champions! Congratulations They're having a little bit of their photo moment and their video moment going on right now. Girls. Girls, congratulations. How are you guys feeling right now? You guys are the back-to-back champions.
We're feeling amazing.
I know. What an incredible series. You know what, girls? I think I want to ask all of you guys here, who do you guys dedicate this victory to?
Well, for me, first of all, of course, I'm dedicating this win to our country, our home country, Indonesia. We're doing all of this for Indonesia. Apa katanya? Menangnya buat semua yang dukung kita dan buat negara kita pastinya. For me, I dedicate this trophy for our federation, who always help us through everything, and they're such a helpful people. We dedicate this win to our country, Indonesia, and all of our supporters, and also our beloved Federation PBSI. Kasih tim ini untuk tim Indonesia dan tim dan seluruh pengurus besar e-sport Indonesia.
The Indo Pride is very much proud in this arena. Girls, thank you so much. And before we head on to the prize giving ceremony that is happening in just a short while, I will first throw this back to the casters to give us a post-match analysis of this amazing grand finals.
And it seems that history will indeed repeat itself once again as the World Esports Championship Women's MLBB category welcomes its first back-to-back champions. Team Indonesia with a wonderful performance in a 3-0 clean sweep up against Team Cambodia.
Definitely a great fight indeed. I think pretty much Team Indonesia was just covering a lot of grounds up. I mean, talking about how they were never able to actually be read up very quickly by Team Cambodia. Even no matter how much of the change-up that was done by Team Cambodia, it's still such a great challenge that was been put out by Team Indonesia, right? You talked about how they want to show like, hey, if you're going to actually use this draft, let us show you how it is supposed to be done. And they did it so perfectly that Team Cambodia couldn't do anything.
Now, just a little bit of information for those of you watching at home. There will indeed be a prize award ceremony happening right after this. But to set up the stage for a little while, let's talk about what happened in game number 3. I especially want to highlight the 2 chastised pauldrons that were purchased by Vival and Vivian because they knew that they were dealing with double marksman. And this is specifically meant to counter the Claude as well because it will reduce the overall attack speed. And this is a marksman hero that heavily depends on that stat.